Hi everyone, this is Rosa Kelly, and today I'm gonna work on a highly requested tutorial for a baby girl mini album. This is the mini album that I did a long time ago for my baby niece, and I will put the link to that video down below so you can see the original album. And then when I'm finished with this tutorial, I will post a separate video of my completed project. So what you're gonna need is 110-pound heavyweight cardstock. So this one right here, and I'm using white. So you will need some sheets. I don't know exactly how many. And then you are gonna need some 1/2 inch double-sided tape and some glue, some tacky glue. And then I'm also using a Martha Stewart paper punch. Any design will do to embellish your pages. And then I'm gonna use the round edge punch as well to round my corners. And then I'm gonna use some lace. This one is baby feet. It's very pretty. And then some brats. I got these ones, I think at Michael's, but they have baby colors, so I'm using these ones. And then for the paper, I'm gonna use this Mambi Sheets Baby Girl paper, and this is the one that I had from that previous project before. So I had some sheets left. I probably don't have enough for the whole project, so I will complement with the new Mambi Sheet Baby Girl paper collection, which is also adorable. And you can use any paper that you choose. And you can also do it for, baby boy. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm gonna give you a quick overview of how I make this mini album. So the album, it measures 8 1/4 by 8 1/4. So my base sheets measure 7 1/2 by 8, and this is the sheet that I already made, and I will show you how to make one. So for this particular mini album, you are gonna need 7 because I'm doing a baby month to month, and then I'm doing a newborn on the front and first year at the end. So you are gonna need 7 signatures. So to make one, you're gonna grab a 110-pound piece of paper, and you're gonna cut it at 7 1/2 by 8. Okay, so that's gonna be one, and then you're gonna grab another one, and you're gonna cut this one again at, I'm gonna cut it this way. I'm gonna cut this one at 7 1/2 by 9. Okay, so you have these 2 sheets. So then you're gonna grab the one that is 7 1/2 by 9, and you're gonna score this piece 1/2 inch on each side. Let me put this there so you can see. So on the 9-inch side, you're gonna score 1/2 inch on one side and 1/2 inch on the other side, just the same as we do for our other mini albums. Okay, so and then I'm just gonna fold. You're just gonna fold your corners or your flaps, these 2 flaps, and you're gonna add some double-sided tape here and here, and then you're gonna put your 8 by 7 1/2 piece on top. So like that. So and then you're gonna have 7. You're gonna make 7 of these. So at the end, you will have a piece that's 7 1/2 by 8. Okay, so that's gonna be your base page size. Now for your binding, you are gonna need 3 pieces of chipboard, and as I mentioned before, I buy these big 12 by 12 pieces of heavyweight chipboard, and then I just cut it down to size. So you're gonna need two pages of 8.5 by 8. You're gonna need two pieces of chipboard that are 8.5 by 8.5, and then one more piece that's gonna be 8.5 by 4. So your spine is going to be 4. So then you're gonna bind them this way. Okay, so you're gonna grab your designer paper, whatever you choose to do, and it has to be a 12 by 12. So I'm using this Baby Girl Mambi sheet, and this is an older collection, and I just have some leftover from the project that I did before. So I was saving this piece. I'm gonna use this one for my spine, so I'm gonna put that one on the side. And I'm just gonna grab two of the same sheets, which is this one right here. This is the one that I like for my binding. Okay, and I'm just gonna put them together to start doing my binding. So the way that I'm put them together, I'm just gonna grab double-sided tape. Actually, first you might wanna I'm gonna trim this. Actually, I think I can just take them out. Yeah, I'm just gonna take this out. I don't need that. And same thing here. Okay, so I'm gonna put these two together, and I'm gonna make sure they're both facing the same direction. So I'm just gonna join them with some double-sided tape, and then I'm gonna take this out and just place this one right on top. Okay, so let me move this out of the way. Okay, and don't worry on being like it's okay if this doesn't match, because the spine is going to be covered with the other paper. All right, so now we're gonna turn this around, and here is where we're gonna add our pieces. So that's how I'm gonna bind it. So the same way that we do, if you've seen my tutorials before, you know how we're gonna add these. So I normally use glue, but because I'm already using the designer paper, I'm not gonna cover it with a different paper. I'm just gonna use double-sided tape, because the glue tends to bubble up sometimes, so I don't want that. Okay, so then I'm just gonna put a bunch of double-sided tape and glue it on my 12 by 12 piece. so we have our cover. So this is our binding. Now to other pages, I'm gonna grab 2 pieces of regular cardstock paper on white, and by regular I mean this is not the 110 pound, this is the 65 weight, 65 pound weight. So I'm gonna grab 2 pieces and cut them at 7 3/4. Okay, and then I'm gonna join them together again because I'm gonna need a long piece because my spine is gonna be quite large, or my hinge I should say. Okay, and I'm gonna start scoring this long piece, and I'm just gonna do this fast, and I will add the dimensions somewhere on the screen. But basically you're gonna score at 1, and every time you have a gusset you're gonna do a 1/2 inch, and every time for a page insert you're gonna do 2 3/4. Okay, so there we go. So you got your first one is the 1 inch because that's the piece that's gonna glue to your cover. So then you got a 1/2 inch, 3 1/4, 3 1/4, again 1/2 inch, and then 3/4 and 3/4, and then 1/2 inch again, and then you're gonna do 3/4 and 3/4, and 1/2 inch again. Okay, so remember each 1/2 inch is a gusset, and each 2 3/4 it's a page inset. So let me get up close so you can see. My lighting is so bad, I apologize for that. So here we go. So then we have 1/2 inch gusset, 1/4, that's page 1, 1/2 inch, page 2, there you go, 1/2 inch, page 3, and 1/2 inch. And we're gonna do this until we have 7 pages. Okay, so I end up with a long piece. So as long as you understand that every time you have a gusset, it's a 1/2 inch, and then you have 2 3/4 inch, then you're okay. And then so then you do 1/2, 3/4, 3/4, 1/2, 3/4, 3/4, 1/2, and so on until you have 7 pages. And then at the end you're gonna have all this left over. So then I'm just gonna trim 1 inch here at the end. Move that out of my way. So from your last gusset, 1 inch. Okay. So now you have this long piece. So where you have the 2 3/4 inches, you're gonna put them together like this. So that's where your page will go. And then same thing on number 2. You would put them together. See, then you have page 1, page 2, and page 3, and page 4, and so on. Okay, until you have your 7 pages. Okay, so once you do all of them, you're gonna go on the back and you're gonna add some glue or some double-sided tape where these two can stay together. So I'm just gonna do one to show you really quick. So then I take this out and I join these together. So see, that's our page 1. Okay, so do the same to all 7. Okay, so you're gonna end up with a piece like this, and then you're just gonna stand it up a little bit. And I do want to say this is the Kati Ortas hinge system. I did modify it a little bit, you know, to accommodate the way I like to do my albums, but definitely want to give the credit to her. I love her videos and all her I'm sure you guys all seen all her wonderful ideas. So okay, so then you have these pieces, and then basically these are your 7 inserts for your pages that we just did. So what you're gonna do now is you're gonna add double-sided tape to the back everywhere, and then you're gonna use your 1/2 inch double-sided tape, and you're gonna put it on each one of your sheets, and you make sure you put it against the outside edge. So then I do it like this. So you're gonna do one side, and then you're gonna flip it and do the same on the other side. Again, you do it against the outside edge. Okay, so you are gonna do the same on all 7 sheets, 7 what do you call these, flaps? Okay. Okay, so now I added all the double-sided tape to all the sheets, and on the back I'm also gonna add some glue. Make sure this is extra strong. Okay, and so to place this, I'm just gonna line up my first score line here to my first, what do you call this, gap right there. Okay, and then make sure it's center up and down, and there you go. So then you're gonna add these. Just like that. Okay. All right. So then you're gonna grab your ruler, because the last one, for some reason, it never actually agrees with my score method. So you're gonna bend a little bit where you have your line, your crease line, and just grab your ruler and just score. Okay, you're just gonna score there to help it bend right at that location, and then here you should be fine. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so when you we're gonna cover these 2 sides. You know, you're gonna grab a big piece of paper and cover these 2. So I cut 2 8x8 pieces, and these 2 pieces are gonna go right here. So I'm just gonna glue these ones in place, and then next we're gonna start working on our sheets. So we're gonna start doing this album together month to month. Okay,